Welcome to week one of the Fifth Down. I'm Jake Vanderbrook, and we have some exciting action to kick off the regular season here in Northeast Michigan. Let's start out in Oscoda as the Owls' expectations are high as they are pushing for a big run to a district title. Let's take it to Oscoda as the Owls are going up against Houghton Lake. Let's pick things up early in the second quarter. Trent Orderway faces some heavy pressure, and that's going to count as a sack. That would force Houghton Lake to punt, and Oscoda would take advantage of this drive as Caleb Nagel is able to run this right up the middle for 6. Extra point good, 14-6 Oscoda. But the story in this one is the Oscoda defense as they force turnovers like this fumble that was recovered by Adam Heen. Oscoda jumps off to a 1-0 start, winning by a score of 14-12. Now for more scores, the Alcona Tigers were able to pick up a road win with a low-scoring victory over the Tawas Braves. Jacob Sitek led the defensive effort with 2 interceptions and 10 tackles. And switching over to 8-man football, Mayo and Misick, a very high-scoring game in this one as they were able to take this one 44-38. Brandon DeFlorio, went 19 for 188 yards with 5 touchdowns and a pick. Pete Scotia rushed for 181 yards, and River Weisening had 6 receptions for 126 yards with 2 touchdowns. First week of the season was Parents' Night in Posen as all the Vikings parents lined up for the opening ceremony. Let's pick things up late in the first. Hillman's going to fumble this one. That's going to be picked up by Riot Rommel, and he's going to take it to the house. 2-point conversion failed, 6-0 Posen, but Hillman was able to bounce back early in the second quarter. Gunnar Milligan right up the gut for 6, so Hillman is like, why not go for 2? And yeah, that just did not work. All tied at 6, but middle of the second quarter, Chase Dubby goes left, cuts back with a little shake and bake, and he's in for the touchdown. Still going for 2. This time they run to the right. That's good. Posen up 8, but the story in this one is Hillman Tigers defense stopping the high-flying offense of Posen, especially in the half where they didn't score, the second half rather. 36-14 is your final score. Hillman scored 24 unanswered points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we knew what Posen was going to do. They do what, they run the same offense and they do it well. But we really prepared to stop the bootleg outside with our defensive ends. They gashed up a couple times on the inside, but second half we really shored it up and it paid off. It feels great. That was a very big win. Posen's a great program and they're very well coached. We're lucky to come out with a win tonight.
The Hillman Tigers' next game is next Friday as they host Hale, while the Posen Vikings hit the road to take on Pellston. Augrey Sims had one heck of a season last year as they finished with a record of 11-1. And that one loss was against Pickford in the regional semifinals. They lost by a score of 50-20. Well, tonight they were going up against the Hale Eagles that had a challenging season as they finished with a 2-7 record. Let's go to the highlights in this one. And we got to take a look at this. Look at this long-range bomb. That is going to be a 70-yard throw, and that is going to end up being a touchdown. What a play there going right off the bat. But the story in this one was Hale's defense was able to shut out the Wolverines by a score of 30-0. And now switching over to 11-man football, Johannesburg Lewiston had a wonderful last year as the campaign finished with a 9-2 record. Their only losses were against Manton in week 1 and Breckenridge in 8-man districts. Well, today is week 1, and hey, do you know they're going up against Manton? Johannesburg Lewiston had a rough start in this one, and this ball is going to be picked off, and that was the first pass attempt of the game. And Manton, what would they do? They are going to capitalize right here with a beautiful touchdown run by number 20, Jacob Hahn, after putting a nice move on the defender. But don't count those Cardinals out just yet as they get a big run from number 36, Logan Finnery, as he's able to cut right, makes a good move, little shake and bake. He's going to be tackled down at the 6th, then quarterback Preston Marlett. He's going to be able to keep the ball himself, and he is going to take it to the house for a 5-yard touchdown by halftime. Johannesburg Lewiston was up 13-6. Joburg would tack on 19 more as they would win by a score of 32-20. Now to the other Cardinals team, Whittemore Prescott hosting the Rogers City Hurons. Let's pick things up in the first quarter. Isaac Hine is going to find J.D. Ellinger for the touchdown. Hurons are going to even it up at 6. They decide, well, we might as well go for 2, and that is what they're going to do. Same play and the same duo. That is going to tack on 2 more, but the Cardinals late in this one are able to strike back. Dakota Gaggins is going to punch it in for 6. Cardinals win this one by a score of 12-8.
Be going up against, and I thought tonight that our kids showed a lot of grit, they showed a lot of drive, they showed a lot of determination, and they really, I thought, rose to the occasion. You know, it wasn't clean by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to be able to go back and learn so much from this game. But Rogers City's a quality opponent.
And now it's time to thank our Fifth Down sponsors.
The Fifth Down coverage is brought to you by Alpina Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Auto, home, life, health, and business, we make insurance easy. The Aplex, Northeast Michigan's premier events complex. Visit aplex.org to find out more. And Mid-Michigan Health Rehabilitation Services, helping you return to your highest level of function or performance.